pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to Wichita Northwest High School for tonight's doubleheader action between the Wichita Northwest Grizzlies and the Southeast Golden Buffaloes. We are in halftime of the girls' game. We're going to bring you the second half of that game. And then, of course, the boys' game will immediately follow. It is all here. If you see on your computer that it says this is the women's game, it is actually both games. So you don't need to move to another venue to catch the boys' action here tonight. Halftime score of the girls' game right now, Grizzlies trail 24-17 to the Buffs. And as I mentioned, they are at halftime. The boys are warming up, and that is probably what you're looking at as we speak, as the boys warming up. Girls on the season are 6-6 in league play. They are in fourth place in the Greater Wichita Athletic League, and they are 7-9 overall. That includes their non-conference action. And ironically, they have the exact same record as the boys team. So 6-6 and 7-9 respectively. So the two teams are pretty much even here so far on the season. My name is Kevin Arkin. Shane Monroe will be here shortly, as he is still setting up with our production crew here tonight. And we welcome you aboard wherever you are on planet Earth. And I know that there are some of you who are watching this from the Southeast Golden Buffaloes community. And we welcome you as well, and hope you enjoy the webcast tonight. And we hope you understand that the webcast tonight will be brought to you with something of a Grizzly flavor, if you know what I mean. This webcast is a student-driven production by the interactive media class here at Wichita Northwest High School, spearheaded by instructor Shane Monroe. These students are being given the opportunity to experience firsthand the challenges and the pitfalls of live television production. This event is indeed an extension of the classroom for these kids, and as such, there will be times during the program tonight where you may hear either Shane or me giving instructions to the students as they perform their duties. This is not ESPN, nor do we claim it to be. Of course, we'll do everything we can not to take away from the enjoyment of the contests here tonight, and we hope you enjoy the two games we're going to present to you here this evening. On behalf of Shane Monroe, I want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you're having time today and tonight to spend with your main squeeze, whoever he or she may be. And on that note, I want to thank Shane's wife, and I want to thank my wife, Donna, as well, for letting us out of the house tonight and getting us out of our Valentine's activities so that we could bring the webcast here to you tonight. I'm sure that Shane will be, as I am, making up for it tomorrow night. We're inside a minute here before we begin the second half. We'll set the lineup for you as soon as we know what it is here, with the two respective girls' teams. Didn't mention Southeast girls. I probably ought to tell you that while we got a moment here. The Southeast girls are on the different page. The Southeast girls are right ahead of us in the standings on the girls' side. They're 8-4 in league play, 10-6 overall, and they are in fourth place with us in fifth. So two closely built teams here. And on the floor for the Grizzlies, number 1, Macy James. Number 23 is Isis Sanders. 32 is Dacia. Number 33 is Terria Franklin. And as soon as I figure out who I missed, I'll tell you who it is. And it is number 34, Taylor Hatton, and that's the starting five in the second half here for the Grizzlies tonight. We have a whistle on the play, and ball will turnover to Northwest. Northwest in their white home uniforms tonight, playing from right to left here in the second half. Just underway in half number 2. Macy James with it now. Back to Isis Sanders. Isis looking for some help. Now she drives the lane, puts it up, and misses, and a rebound that time by Liz Taylor of Southeast. She's going to bring it down and maybe go coast to coast, and we have a blocking foul called on Macy James of Northwest. And that should be a common foul on the floor with the restart of the ball. Macy James will come out. That is her third personal. And the first foul of the half for either side. Southeast will inbound here. And an over-the-back shot misses, rebounded there by Green. And around the horn it goes. Now here's a long three off the glass. No good. Rebounded by the Grizzlies, and bringing it up for Northwest is Isis Sanders. On the far side, looking for some help. A 2-3 zone set up here by Southeast. Jayla Johnson on the floor replacing Macy James. Now here's a 3 ball from the near side off the rim, no good. And the rebound is going to go to the Buffaloes. Southeast rather brings it down, and a shot and a foul. Foul is on Isis Sanders. That's her first of the night. And at the line to shoot a pair is Dasney Green. And she makes the first one. First point of the second half. 6:28 remaining in the third quarter. And Green will take her second free throw. That one is off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Franklin, and here comes Northwest back. 25-17, Grizzlies trail. Around the horn it goes. On the far side over there with it is Hatton. And into the paint for Sanders. Up, the basket doesn't go, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Shariah Daniels charged with the personal. First free throw by Sanders is good. And she makes them both. 25-19, 6:10 to go. Third quarter. Here comes Southeast with the ball. Green brings it across the timeline, passing it around, now trying to get it into the paint. It bounces off a white shirt. Terria Franklin knocked it out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast. Possession arrow favoring the Buffaloes here in the third quarter. Liz Taylor with it, no relation. Round the horn it goes. Back now, and a 3 ball put up and off the rim. No good by Dixon. Rebounded there by Sanders. Here comes Northwest back with a chance to cut into the lead. Franklin has it go off a Southeast player. It will stay with Northwest with 5:34 to go. Southeast subs in a player. That's Armani Lowe coming in for the Buffs, number 23. Sanders inbounds. Back to Isis. She puts up a 3. Off the rim, no good. It's going to go out of bounds and will turn over to the Buffs, who will inbound. Shariah Daniels will do the honors and get it into Liz Taylor. Grizzlies down by 6 with 5:25 to go here in the third. Around the horn it goes again. Under the basket. And back out top of the key with it is Armani Lowe. Lowe looking for a hole to fill and can't find it. Now she dishes it back to Liz Taylor. Taylor back to Lowe. Lowe puts up a long two. No good. Rebounded there by Franklin. Here comes Northwest back. Sanders brings it across the timeline. Looking for some help. And we have a blocking foul called on Southeast. And Sanders will go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul is on Dasney Green. That's her third. It's the second team foul against Southeast here in the third quarter. Sanders trying to cut into that lead. First one is nothing but net. And we have another substitution coming in here for Southeast. I can't tell you who it is. Her hair's in the way. Second one from Sanders. She makes them both. She's made the last 4 points, and it's a 4-point deficit. Here comes Southeast with the ball. And it's Charity Dixon who came in and brought it across the timeline. Taylor with it. Around the horn it goes to Lowe. And we have a loose ball in the paint. What do we have here? Are they going to call a jump ball? They are calling a jump ball. The possession arrow points in the direction of Southeast. It will be their ball to inbound on the alternating possession. Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. And this is going to be an over and back. And it will belong to Northwest. Miscommunication on the pass on the part of Southeast. And it benefits the Grizzlies. Sanders with it on the inbound pass. Looking for some help. And not in any particular hurry to do it. Tried to get somebody in the paint who wasn't moving. It's intercepted by Southeast. Liz Taylor dishes it off. And a ball thrown out of bounds will belong to Northwest. Shariah Daniels tried to pass it. The pass went awry and it goes out of bounds. It will belong to Northwest with 4 minutes to go. 25-21, Southeast with the lead. Sanders brings it across the timeline for the Grizzlies. Into the paint. Daisha couldn't find anybody to give it to and ended up losing it. Here comes Southeast back. Liz Taylor gets one into the paint and a foul. Going to the line to shoot a pair will be Soraya Sumter of the Buffaloes, a 5'11" senior. Foul is charged to Taraya Franklin. That's her first. Team foul number 3. And the first free throw there by Sumter is good. Macy James returns to the Grizzly lineup as we have another free throw coming, and it's good. Makes them both 27-21. Grizzlies down by 6. 3:20 to go, third quarter. Macy James will bring it across the timeline. Looking for some help over to Sanders. A long three, and it's off the rim. No good. Hit the back support and turns over to the Buffaloes. That was NBA style. That was a long three-point attempt. Dixon brings it across the timeline. Now she's got it back. And promptly kicks it out of bounds. It'll belong to Northwest. Crowd starting to file in. A nice hometown crowd on the other side. Isa Sanders with the ball, bringing it across the timeline. Has a player draped all over her, still controls it, dishes it off now to Hatton. Back to Sanders. Sanders looking to shoot, puts it up off the glass, and it's good. Sanders gets the bucket, 27-23. Grizzlies trail, 2:25 left in the third. It's homecoming here tonight at Northwest, and there will be homecoming activities. We'll bring those to you live as they occur. That one blocked out of bounds. It will stay with Southeast. Liz Taylor with the ball. Lowe with it now. Grizzlies doing a good job at keeping the ball outside. Now around the horn it goes again. Here we go. Curry with it now. She pulls it back. Grizzlies in a 3-2 for the moment. Drive to the basket, misses everything. Rebound by the Grizzlies, and here comes Sanders with it, 1-on-3. She pulls it back, waits for her team to get back here with her for some help. Now she drives it off the glass, puts it up, in and out, no good. Macy James gets the rebound. And right in front of the free throw line, Daisha misses, and we have a foul call. Fouls on Franklin. That's her second consecutive foul, or second foul in the last 2 minutes. Lowe with it. Dishes it off. And a partial blockage. Who's going to get it? The Grizzlies get it back. Nice job by Sanders to grab it. And the Grizzlies come down the court. Macy James ran through the paint looking for the ball, but nobody saw her. Sanders now to James. Macy pulls it back. 36 seconds to go, third quarter. Grizzlies down by 4. James looks like she's now going to pull up for the final shot and hopefully get the Grizzlies down to a 2-point deficit at the end of the third quarter. Grizzlies have played well so far in this half. Two evenly matched teams, and the records show it. Daisha, a long one for 3, short off the rim, rebounded by Southeast, 1 second to go, and a miss, and that's the way the quarter will end. So at the end of 3, Grizzlies trail Southeast 27-23. I'm going to ask Mr. Monroe a question here. Bear with me just a minute, folks. Shane, do we have the scoreboard on the screen? We do. Okay. Want to recognize our production crew here tonight. First of all, Rena Ford, who was here for our last game, has come back for more. She had so much fun last time, she decided to do it again. We welcome her back, and she's joined tonight by Halen Wald and by Polly Salazar. And we're glad to have all 3 of them. And I believe all 3 of these kids are freshmen. Is that right? They are freshmen. And they are getting hands-on experience, as I mentioned a bit ago, in putting a webcast together and a television broadcast together, courtesy of their mentor, Mr. Monroe. Great learning experience for these kids. Grizzlies will inbound to start the fourth quarter. Macy with the ball. Dishes it in deep there to Hatton. Now the ball goes out of bounds, and it will stay with Northwest. If you're just joining us, the boys' game will follow approximately 20 minutes after this one. And around the horn it goes. James drives, now dishes it off. Hatton puts it up for three, and it's good. The Grizzlies down to a 1-point deficit. 27-26, Buffaloes. 7:30 to go in the fourth. Southeast with the ball. Liz Taylor passes it off. Curry dishes it to Daniels. Daniels sends it back out to Taylor. She tries a long one. Off the rim, no good. We have a held ball, I believe. It is a held ball. The alternating possession rule will give it to Southeast. Desney Green returns for the Buffaloes, number 21. Almost threw it away, but they managed to corral it. Green with the ball, top of the key. Grizzlies playing a somewhat of a 3-2 here. Nice job of blocking the passing lanes. They do get it in there, and a shot is blocked by the Grizzlies, and here they come. Dacia with it on the far side. Into Sanders, into the paint, up and good. Terria Franklin finishes it off a pass from Sanders, and the Grizzlies have taken the lead. 28-27 Northwest. There's a long three ball by Elena Curry, and the Buffaloes take a 2-point lead right back. Well, the Grizzlies have led in the fourth quarter, but can't ask for more than that. Now they need to finish it. Franklin almost had it blocked. Still trying to find the handle. Two people all over her. And as she finally traveled with it, it'll turn it over. That's unfortunate. And Southeast comes in with the ball. Liz Taylor will bring it across the timeline. Now she'll pass it off to Green. Green with it now, top of the key. Looking for somewhere to go. Grizzlies have the middle all plugged up very nicely there. Taylor to Curry. And now Curry to Green. Driving into the paint and scoring, Shariah Daniels for the Buffaloes. And all of a sudden we're down by 4. A minute ago we had a 1-point lead. Grizzlies need to get it back and then get a stop. Isis with it. Looking for some help. Drives the paint herself, puts it up off the glass, no good, but a blocking foul has been called on Southeast, and Sanders will go to the line and shoot 2. Foul charge to Soraya Sumter. That's her first. And Sanders makes her free throw. That's at least 5 in a row. She's made all 5 in this half. Hope I didn't jinx her by saying that. And she makes them both. 32-30, Grizzlies trail. Timeout has been called, I believe, by Northwest. 4:58 to go. Northwest has 2 timeouts remaining. Southeast with 4. Possession arrow favors the Grizzlies here in the fourth quarter. And that's your game reset. And we'll give you the 5 on the floor in case they make a substitution here. As soon as they go back out, we'll give you the 5 that are on the floor for Northwest. You know, for a school night, we got a nice crowd here. Of course, it is homecoming, and it's not a school night. It's Friday. What am I thinking of? Never mind. They did have school today, but I'm not going to get away with it, so I won't even try. It's still a good crowd. And a very boisterous crowd indeed. Players on the floor for Northwest. Number 1, Macy James, 23. Isis Sanders, 32 is Daisha, 33 Terea Franklin, and who am I missing? That's only 4 people. 34 Taylor Hatton. And there's a steal by Daisha, and she misses the lay-in. Rebound to the Grizzlies. And Sanders has a pass blocked and intercepted there by Southeast, and here come the Buffaloes back. Boy, what a chance that's a 4-point mistake right there. That was a great chance for Northwest. We have a basket by Daniels and a foul. Foul is on Franklin, that's her 3rd. And it's the 5th team foul on the Grizzlies here in the second half. At the line to shoot 1 is Daniels. She puts it up, and it's good. 35-30, Grizzlies trail. .428 to go here in the 4th. And the loose ball on the floor, that's going to be a held ball. It is, and the Grizzlies will get it on the alternating possession rule. Daisha will inbound it, and Macy James has it. Here we go. Grizzlies trying to knock into that lead. Hatton with it on the far side. Now she gives it back to Macy at the free throw line underneath to Daisha. Up and no good. Rebounded there by Sumter for Southeast, and here come the Buffaloes back. The pep band is coming in for the Northwest group, and in between games when they're playing, we'll give you an opportunity to listen to them. They're very, very good. Buffaloes with the lead and the ball. Liz Taylor pulls it back out now. Into the paint it goes. Green couldn't get a shot off. And it finally turns over to Northwest. Nice defensive stop by the Grizzlies that time. Sanders will bring it across the timeline. 3:15 to go, 4th quarter. Grizzlies down 35-30. That one is up, misses everything, goes out of bounds, and will stay with Northwest. It may have been blocked going up. Grizzlies will inbound. Macy James inbounds it to Franklin. Franklin sends it back out to Sanders. Around the horn it goes. Now Hatton has it. She'll send it back to Daisha. Daisha into the paint to Franklin. Back to Daisha. All the way over. Ball missing everything. Rebounded by Southeast. And here come the Buffs. And what do we have here? A timeout has been called by Southeast. We'll stay right here. 2:43 remaining in the 4th quarter. Grizzlies trail 35-30 to the Southeast Golden Buffaloes in this City League action. Reminder, the boys game will follow 20 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And I'm going to see if mine still says that here. No, that's not what I wanted it to do. If your computer says this is the women's game only, that is incorrect. This is both games, I'm told. So all you have to do is keep it right here for the boys action, which will follow. Can you go that way? That's why that's up there. Waiting on the timeout to conclude here and catching my own breath. We're back home again Friday night. Tuesday night rather, and we will be here. I don't know why I got it in my mind today is Tuesday. We're home to East High on Tuesday night, and we will be here to bring it all to you. Southeast with the ball. Liz Taylor has it on the near side. Now dishes it off to Green. Green drives the paint, loses the ball. Grizzlies have it. Here we go. Macy James to Isis Sanders. 2:15 to go, fourth quarter. Grizzlies down by 5. They need to score some buckets here. Macy James into the paint, dishes it off. Hatton for 3. Good! And it's a 2-point game with 2 to go. Now they need to get a stop. Green with it for Southeast, driving on the baseline. Gets it into the paint, ball goes up, it's partially blocked, but a foul is called. And we'll be going to the line here to shoot a pair of free throws. That'll be Soraya Sumter going to the line. That's Macy James's 4th foul. We'll see if she comes out or if she stays in. Sumter misses the first one. Has one more coming. Either way, it's going to be a 1-possession game now. And she missed them both. What a break. Rebound by Franklin, excuse me. And she dishes it off to Sanders. Sanders will bring it up the floor. 1.5 minutes remaining. Grizzlies down by a bucket. 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. Sanders dishes it off underneath to Franklin, and it's good. We're tied at 35. And a timeout taken by Northwest. Wow. It's a barn burner, folks. We'll give you the full reset here while we have the time. 35 apiece is the score, 1:22 remaining, fourth quarter. Grizzlies have 1 timeout remaining. Southeast has 3. Grizzlies have 6 fouls, so their next foul will put Southeast into the bonus. Buffaloes only have 3 fouls here in the second half, so they have fouls to give should they need to do so. Grizzlies come out of the timeout. We'll give you the 5 on the floor for Northwest again. Macy James, number 1. Isis Sanders, 23. 32 is Daisha. 33, Tariah Franklin. 34, Taylor Hatton. And that's the 5 on the floor for your Northwest Grizzlies. Southeast will inbound the ball. 1:22 to go. Macy James almost committed her 5th foul. Instead gets the steal. And Daisha's all alone to the basket. Puts it up and count the basket. And a foul. Daisha will go to the line and shoot 1. This is a big free throw. Instead gets the steal. And Daisha's all alone to the basket. Puts it up and count the basket. But a rebound by Franklin and a held ball. Or is it a foul? They're calling. This is a big free throw. Instead gets the steal. And Liz Taylor with it. 3 people on her. High pressure, a steal. And the ball's in the hands of Daisha with a chance to take the lead. Shot is blocked. Liz Taylor gets the loose ball and brings it down the floor. Now under the basket is Southeast looking for a tying bucket. Off the heel, no good. Franklin with the rebound as she traveled with it. It will stay with Southeast. 46 seconds to go in the fourth. Grizzlies up by 2. Plenty of excitement in this one. There's a loose ball, and it's picked up by Northwest, and a foul is called. It will be an inbounding foul. The fourth team foul on Southeast. And a timeout has been taken by Northwest. It's their last timeout. And it comes with the Grizzlies holding a 2-point lead over Southeast. Well, I hope you all joined us early. This has been a great second half. Grizzlies trailed at halftime. I wrote it down. Let me see if I can remember where I wrote it. That would be helpful. 24-17 was the halftime score. And it has been a great second half. Not a ton of scoring in this game, but a very exciting contest nonetheless. Grizzlies will inbound. Taylor Hatton will do the honors for the Grizzlies. Across the way to Daisha. Daisha double team. Now she's in trouble. Finally gets it to Isis Sanders, and Sanders will bring it across the line. She's fouled as soon as she goes across the timeline. They had a foul to give, and that was it. Actually, they have one more to give. Foul is on Charity Dixon. That's her second. 35 seconds to go. Daisha will inbound. Gets it to Macy James. James pulls it out. Grizzlies don't need to score here. 25 to go. They just need to control the ball, and now what do we have? A foul called. And that's the sixth team foul. And it's on Charity Dixon, her third foul. Both teams in the bonus for the rest of this contest. 21 seconds to go. Daisha looking to inbound, gets it in, and the ball is now a turnover on a travel. I'm not sure who it was that traveled, but the referee was like 2 feet away. Called the travel, and it will be Southeast ball, and they will take a timeout now. They still have 3 left. 17 seconds to go. Actually, they have 2 left now. 17 seconds to go. Grizzlies still up by 2. Another basket would really be nice for Northwest here to make it a 2-possession game. I did notice, and I don't know if the camera has been on the band at all, because I'm nowhere near the band and I don't have a monitor. But the band has grown this year. All the tubas are standing on the track. So that's great. I think that's wonderful for the program. My hat's off to the band director and his program, and they sound better than ever. Okay, 17.4 to go. 37-35, a 2-point lead for Northwest, with Southeast about to inbound the ball here. And doing the honors for Southeast, it'll be Dasney Green. Macy James is in front of her. Barely got it into the backcourt. Liz Taylor brings it up now. 13 to go. Taylor, top of the key, dishes it off. Into the paint, ball goes up, and it's good by Soraya Sumter. 2 seconds to go. Guess what, folks? We've got overtime. Who'd have thunk it? At the end of regulation, Grizzlies and Southeast are tied 37 all. That's not where I had it. We will play a four-minute overtime period here in the girls' game. If you tuned in for the boys' game, you're going to get plenty of action. You'll get plenty of action. In the boys' game, but it's going to be delayed. This has been a barn burner. Both teams with 6 fouls. Each team adds a timeout here in overtime. The Grizzlies have 1, Buffaloes have 3. They'll tip it off. The 2:33s will go after it. And now we have a whistle and something wrong with the clock or something. Sumter and Franklin are going to do the tip. And the Grizzlies win the tip. Macy James with it. Here we go. Let's get some baskets, ladies. We are in overtime. On the far side, Dacia sends it back to James. James drives in the paint, puts it up off the glass. Count it. It's good, and we got the lead. Grizzlies playing from right to left in this overtime period. Southeast with the ball. Liz Taylor has it. She'll pass it around. Dixon now with it. And on the far side, it's Green. Green with it. And driving the paint. Dishing it out. Here's a 3-ball good. Grizzlies trail 40-39. 3:09 to go. Overtime. Isis Sanders with the ball. Looking to get some room. Into the paint she goes. Scoops it up. No good. Rebound by Franklin. Count it. We got the lead. 41-40 Northwest. And here comes Liz Taylor bringing it back down for the Buffaloes. I don't know what that was, but it was a mess. Into the paint for the rebound. That was a nice play there. We'll give them all the credit in the world. Daniels came in and made that basket. 42-41 Southeast. 2:20 to go. Overtime. Hatton with it in the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Franklin. Count it. It's good. 43-42 Northwest. The 4th lead change in overtime. 2 minutes to go. Taylor with it. Dishes it off. Dixon now. To Green. Taylor in the corner, brings it in, into the paint. She's going to put it up herself. Misses. Who's got the rebound? A loose ball. It's a held ball, and the Buffaloes have the possession arrow, so it will stay with Southeast. 1:43 to go in overtime. Grizzlies lead by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. The boys' game's going to follow. It promises to be a barn burner. Southeast almost lost it. Good job there by the ladies to keep it. Dixon sends it across where it's intercepted by Macy James. Now Sanders has it, and the Grizzlies come back with a chance to pad onto the lead. Sanders will pull it back out. I can see them playing the coaching staff playing to draw the foul with Sanders holding the ball. She hasn't missed a free throw in this half. She's 6 for 6. 1 minute to go in overtime. And Sanders is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1, and that we couldn't ask for a better person to be at the line right now. The foul is on Dixon. It's her 4th. Several people in the game have 4 fouls. Nobody's fouled out yet. And she makes the first one, nothing but net. Grizzlies up by 2. And the second one is good. 45-42, full timeout taken by the Grizzlies. It's their final timeout. 54.6 to go here in overtime. Grizzlies by 3. Grizzlies have 6 fouls. Buffaloes have 7, so both teams are in the bonus the rest of the way here. Grizzlies, as I mentioned, just took their final timeout. Buffaloes still have 3 more. Grizzlies trying to improve to 8-9 on the season and 7-6 in league play. Whereas the Southeast is trying to improve to 11-6 overall and 8-5 in league play. So this would be something of an upset should the Grizzlies hang on to win this contest here tonight. Buffaloes will inbound after the free throws. Grizzlies will defend, taking a 3-point lead with them. On the floor for the Grizzlies, the starting 5, Macy James, Isis Sanders, Daisha, Franklin, and Hatton. Green with it for Southeast, almost lost it. Dishes it off. And we have a timeout taken by Southeast. They take it with 36 seconds remaining here in overtime. Southeast will inbound here after the timeout. Taylor looking for somebody. 5-second call. Turn it over to Northwest. Daisha will inbound it for the Grizzlies. Looking for help and gets it to Macy James deep in the backcourt. She'll pull it back out. We don't need to score here. Give it to Sanders and let somebody foul her so she can go to the line. And that's what Sanders is doing. She's trying to force the foul. And now they called a 5-second call on Sanders for not advancing the ball. 15 seconds to go in overtime. Grizzlies by 3. Taylor brings it up the floor. Now we have another whistle. And a timeout taken by Southeast. They have 1 remaining. It'll be a full timeout. We'll let you listen to the band. I'm a worry ward. Thirteen to go. Grizzlies with the lead. I'm not going to have any voice left for the boys' game at this rate. Dixon inbounds for Southeast. There's a drive to the basket. Let them have it. We've still got the lead. And they'll take their final timeout with 8 seconds to go in the contest. Grizzlies up 45-44. Now the important part for the Grizzlies is to get the ball inbounded to a white shirt. If they can do that, they'll force a foul at worst. And they'll be able to go to the line. And even if they miss, there'll be very little time for Southeast left. Not that they couldn't pull a miracle. Just to do the quick reset for you, Grizzlies have the 1-point lead and the ball and the possession arrow. Hatton will inbound for Northwest. Gets it to Sanders. And Sanders is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 with 6 seconds remaining on the clock. She's 8 for 8 from the line in this half. She hasn't even hit the rim in this half from the free throw line. And she makes another one. Grizzlies up by 2. Sanders can guarantee that we cannot lose the lead on the next possession if she makes this. And she finally missed one. 9 for 10 in this half. Liz Taylor drives, puts it up, no good, buzzer. Grizzlies win, Grizzlies win. Final score, 46-44. Wow, that's all I can say, folks. That was an exciting finish. Grizzlies were down by 7 at half, came back to tie it, took the lead in the fourth quarter twice. Southeast came back, tied 37-all after 4 quarters, and in overtime, Grizzlies come back to win it by a pair, 46-44. Well, if you're just joining us for the boys' webcast, we welcome you to a webcast of homecoming basketball here at Northwest High. Grizzlies taking on their City League rivals, the Southeast Golden Buffaloes. We are 19 minutes and 36 seconds away from the tip-off. Boys coming out to get warmed up, so obviously with the overtime, we are running behind here tonight. Hope you'll stay with us. This is where the boys' game will be, even if it says otherwise on your computer screen. I need to look at that. I tried to do that during the game, and I still can't do it. I've got the game on my cell phone, and when I turned it on, it said it was the women's game only, and that is incorrect. So if you are tuning in and you see women's, this is the place for the boys' game. We are so glad to have you on board. We're going to let you listen to the band here for a few minutes while I give my own voice a rest. good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we welcome you to Northwest High. It's homecoming here at Northwest, and tonight the Grizzlies will take on the Southeast Golden Buffaloes in a Greater Wichita Athletic League contest. We welcome you wherever you are on planet Earth to this webcast of Oh, he's up here. Yeah, they have his name wrong on here. Okay, great. Thank you, Marina. The boys come in tonight with a record of 6-6 in City League play, 7-9 overall. In fourth place in the city, right behind Southeast. The boys are at Southeast boys are at 7-5 in City League play. So we could tie them tonight with a victory in the city and move into a tie for third place. Bishop Carroll is undefeated at 14-0 in City League play. Capon is at 12-1, and I think their only loss was to Bishop Carroll. And then Southeast at 7-5, Northwest at 6-6, and that is, again, that is in City League play. Bishop Carroll is undefeated on the season. They're 17-0. They won all their tournament games as well. Capon lost a game in their tournament. They are 12-2 overall. Southeast 10-6 overall. Northwest 7-9 overall. In pursuit of the 500 mark. So we'll see what happens here tonight as the Grizzlies take on the Golden Buffaloes of Southeast High. I want to say a very happy Valentine's Day to each and all of you, and I hope that you got plenty of Thanksgiving goodies and love from your main squeeze, whoever he or she may be. I want to send a special Valentine's thank you and shout out not only to my wife Donna, but to Shane Monroe's wife as well, as both of our wives were generous enough to let us out of the house tonight so we could come here and do this webcast with these kids here tonight and get this game live for you. We're happy to do it, and we'll pay for it tomorrow night. Because I know I'm taking my wife somewhere tomorrow night. And I'm sure Shane is as well. So we again say a very happy Valentine's Day to all of you. And we also want to extend a Grizzly welcome to any of our friends from the Wichita Southeast High School community who might be tuned into the game tonight. We hope you enjoy the game while recognizing that it is being delivered with a slightly Northwest flavor. And got some shout-outs here tonight. If you watch the game, our last webcast, you're going to recognize some of these names. Some of the same people are back on with us tonight. Darwin Skrinecki and his lovely wife Diana are in Chicago watching on the web tonight. Scott Simon out in Las Vegas checking out the Grizzlies on the web as well. Both of them are fraternity brothers of mine, as is Bob Bryan, who's watching the game tonight in St. Louis. All I can say is Heidi Tidy for Sigma Pi. We're also watching tonight from Chesterfield, Missouri, outside of St. Louis, as we welcome Jack and Ann Quaid and their daughter Julia, who are watching the game tonight on the web. Scarborough family in Kansas City, Mark, Betty, and Kelly are watching tonight, as is Mark Carney, my friend, my personal friend in Lenexa, who used to be the athletic director at Cape and Mount Carmel back when we were working together. And from Carbondale, Illinois, Mark St. George and Jordan Wren are joining us from the land of the Salukis. We welcome you tonight to the contest as well. This webcast is a student-driven production by the interactive media class here at Wichita Northwest High School. Spearheaded by instructor Shane Monroe, these students are being given the opportunity to experience firsthand the challenges and pitfalls of live television production. That is indeed an extension of the classroom for these kids, and there will be times during the program tonight where you may either hear Shane or me giving instructions to the students as they perform their duties. This is not ESPN, nor do we claim it to be ESPN. And of course, we will do everything we can not to take away from the enjoyment of the contest tonight, and hope you enjoy the program here this evening. Our student producers, all freshmen here at Northwest, and in that interactive media class, we have Raina Ford as our executive producer. She got promoted because she was here last week, and this is her second contest. We're glad to have her back. Halen Walt and Polly Salazar are your director and camera operators, respectively, bringing you the sights and sounds of this one here this evening from Wichita Northwest. We're about 8 minutes away from the introduction of the players. We will let you listen to the band a little longer here, and then we'll be back with you.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Wichita Northwest High School would like to welcome all you attending tonight's City League matchup between the Southeast Golden Buffaloes and your Northwest Grizzlies. Activity program at Northwest High School is primarily for the student participants. The purpose of this activity is to provide positive learning experience and opportunities for personal growth of the participants. This competition is being conducted according to the rules of the Kansas State High School Activities Association. Cheerleaders, officials, and spectators can and are selected for promotion and achievement of good sportsmanship ideals by taking personal responsibility for keeping this contest at a high level of fair, clean, wholesome competition. Good luck to both teams.
And again, we welcome you to Wichita Northwest for tonight's Greater Wichita Athletic League contest between the Grizzlies and the Buffaloes. We are just a couple of minutes away from something here. At some point, there's going to be homecoming ceremonies. And quite honestly, I was not informed as to where and when. So something is going to happen. It may happen before the game. It may happen at halftime. Whatever it happens, we're going to give it to you live. So stay here with us. We're not exactly sure how it's all going to go. There are some people in layman's clothing lined up in one of the end zones. So it could be that they're going to do this before the game. I don't know. And I see a couple people holding roses, so that kind of tells me that there may be a ceremony here before the game. And we'll give it to you live, whatever and whenever it is, if it's going to happen. Yep, Athletic Director Deckinger is down there organizing the troops. Now he's pushing them all back against the wall. So I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen here. We're going to turn it back over to the PA announcer.
primary for Wichita Southeast, number 23, 6'1" senior, Micah Davis. And starting from Wichita Northwest High School Grizzly boys, number 30, 6'3" senior, Demontre Stewart.
And we'll review those starting lineups for you in case you did not hear the PA announcer. For Southeast, number 1, Jackie Johnson. Number 5, Wesley Atkins. Number 6, Vashon Webb. Roan Smith, number 14, and Micah Jakes, number 23. For the Grizzlies, starting number 2, Easton Ruffin. Number 4, DeAndre Wilson. Number 5, David Duncan. Number 24, Braden Verbeck. And Demontre Stewart wears number 30. And that's the starting 5 in the contest for your Grizzlies. On the tip-off, it'll be Demontre Stewart for the Grizzlies, and it looks like it'll be Vashon Webb for Southeast. Grizzlies will play left to right here in the first half, wearing their white home uniforms, and the black uniforms belong to the Grizzlies. Northwest wins the tip. David Duncan with it, gives it to Easton Ruffin, and we're underway here in the first half. Wilson puts up a 3 off the heel, no good, rebounded by Stewart. And an interception by Southeast. Up it goes, miss on the bucket, rebounded by Duncan, and here comes Northwest back. Just underway, no score, first quarter. Wilson, off the heel, no good, rebound goes out of bounds. That ought to stay with us. And it does not. That shows you what I know. Jackie Johnson with the ball, dishes it off. Now he has it back, trying to get it, beat the timeline, gets it into Grizzly territory, and we have a blocking foul called on Demontre Stewart. That'll be his first, and the first foul of the game for either team. Still no score, 7:13 remaining, first quarter. Jackie Johnson takes the inbound pass from Roan Smith. Now here's a 3-ball, nothing but net by Jakes, and it's a 3-0 lead for Southeast. Easton Ruffin brings it up the floor for Northwest, gives it to Duncan. Duncan moves around with it, and now Verbeck behind the back, gives it back to Duncan. He thought about it, now he drives, puts it up off the glass, no good. Rebounded by the Buffaloes, and we have a turnover, palming the ball, I believe. And it will belong to Northwest. Grizzlies trail 3-0, 6:43 remaining first quarter. Duncan gets it to Ruffin. Ruffin in the backcourt will bring it back across the timeline to Stewart. And around the horn it goes. Ruffin has it again. Now Verbeck looking for some help, gets it from Duncan. Duncan double teamed. And Wilson wide open, takes a 3. He misses again. He's missed 3 shots. Here comes Southeast with the rebound. Atkins got it. He drives. Going to get the whole length of the floor, but missed the bucket. Wilson on the rebound. Here comes Northwest right back. Run and gun action here in the early stages of this one. Duncan with it, passes it off. Verbeck for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Webb, and here comes Southeast right back. Grizzlies 0 for 4 from the field early in this contest. They started off real slow the other night against Heights as well, as you'll remember. They were down 9-0 before they came back to win. Johnson misses, goes out of bounds, belongs to Northwest. Duncan will inbound for the Grizzlies. Easton Ruffin with it. Gets around Johnson, drives the timeline, back to Duncan. Duncan dishes it off to Wilson. Wilson into the paint, puts it up right-handed, no good. Rebound, count it this time. He got his own rebound. And it's 3-2 Buffs. Johnson underneath the basket. Passes it, miss on the shot. Loose ball on the floor, and who comes away with it but Verbeck. Duncan back to Verbeck. To Ruffin. Ruffin thought about a three and pulled it back down. He'll bring it out and settle everything down. Now he drives the paint, and gosh, they got to call that one. A blocking foul on Southeast. Johnson guilty of the foul. Grizzlies will take it out of bounds. Verbeck to inbound for the Northwest. Gets it out to Duncan, top of the key. Back to Verbeck for three. Misses short. Rebound by Stewart. He missed. And now the rebound by Southeast. And Grizzlies can't buy a bucket. Nice drive that time by Micah Jakes, but he missed his own layup. Wilson comes away with it, driving the length of the floor. He puts it up. It's blocked. Out of bounds that time by Roan Smith. It will stay with Northwest. 4:27 remaining in the first. DeMarcus Hoover ready to come in for Northwest. Wilson makes the first. We're tied at three. He'll get another. Foul was charged to Roan Smith, by the way. And he misses the second one. We're tied at three, 4:25 remaining in the first. Going coast to coast is Johnson, and he gets a two out of it as he lays it in. And the Grizzlies trail again. Ruffin brings it across the timeline. Verbeck almost lost the handle, gets it back to Wilson. Wilson drives between two guys, but forgets to bring the ball with him. Jakes will bring it down the floor, dishes it off to Johnson, who gets another two. Ruffin to Hoover, now in the game. Around the horn it goes. Hoover with it again. Under the basket, off the glass, no good. But he was fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot a pair. Third team foul on Southeast already. And the foul's on Micah Jakes. That's his first. Hoover will shoot a pair. First one's up and good. Verbeck comes out, and Ethan Garrett, number 13, comes in for him. We'll reset this lineup here for you when we get an opportunity. Hoover makes them both. Grizzlies trail by two, 3:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Jakes puts up a three off the rim, no good. Rebound to Stewart. Here comes Northwest back. And Hoover down there all by himself puts it up off the glass, no good. He was bumped along the way. Johnson to Micah Jakes for three, and he's got a pair of three-pointers. Grizzlies down by five. Garrett brings it across the timeline to Ruffin. Also on the floor, DeAndre Wilson. DeMarcus Hoover, number one, who just put up a bomb for three. And DeMontre Stewart wraps up the five on the floor. Wilson scores for Southeast. And they're making Northwest re-inbound the ball, as the ball was never taken out of bounds. Hoover will give it to Ruffin, 2:30 to go. First quarter, Grizzlies down by four. Man-to-man defense being played by Southeast, and there's a jump ball called, and on the alternating possession, it will go to Southeast. Arguably the dumbest rule in all of sports. Southeast will inbound the ball, and Johnson has it across the timeline, takes an NBA three, and nothing but net. Wow. 7 points for Johnson here in the first quarter. Grizzlies down by 7. Hoover to Garrett. Garrett drives underneath the basket, tried to get it to Stewart, but knocked out a play. It will stay with Northwest. And now they're calling a blocking foul on the play against Caleb Wilson. That's his first, and it's the 4th team foul on Southeast. Grizzlies will inbound. Garrett to Hoover, into the paint to Wilson, up, and it does not fall. Rebounded there by McPherson for Southeast. Johnson with it, top of the key, and he has Hoover in front of him. Playing some aggressive man-to-man up there in the front. And a near steal. Did they get the ball or not? No, it stays with Southeast. But what a defensive play by Hoover and Ruffin that time. Wilson and Ruffin will take a seat. Duncan comes back in, and so does Verbeck. Grizzlies trail by 7. Southeast with the ball. Atkins puts it up and it falls. That's Wilson. Puts it up and it falls for Southeast. They lead by 9. Well, here we are. We were down by 9 the other night. Here we are again. 1:10 to go in the first. Duncan to Hoover. Back to Duncan. Verbeck sends it back out to Duncan across the way. Hoover puts it up for 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Kobe Smith. And he brings it across the timeline. Less than a minute to go in the first. Micah Jakes with it. McPherson. Back to Wilson now. Jakes canned a three-pointer from here just a moment ago, and he does it, puts it up and does it again. He's got 7 points. Hoover will probably hold it now for one shot with the Grizzlies down by a dozen. $12 to go here in the first. Hoover to Garrett. There's 3 seconds to go. You better shoot it, boys. And after all that, it goes out of bounds with 2 seconds to go, and it will belong to they're calling a foul on Stewart. That's his second. He probably will not see much time in the second quarter, and that one goes nowhere. So at the end of the first quarter of play, the Grizzlies trail the Buffaloes 20-8 here in the homecoming basketball game. We'll give you some scoring summaries here. It's pretty easy. 14 of the 20 points were scored by 2 people. Johnson and Wilson have 7 each. Micah Jakes has the other 6 for Southeast. For Northwest, Wilson has 3, and Hoover has 5. That adds up to 8, folks. That's all there is. Grizzlies have some work to do here in the second quarter to get back into this game. They have the possession arrow in their favor. Nobody's called a timeout yet. And the Grizzlies have 2 fouls while the Buffaloes have 4. Give you the lineup on the floor for the Grizzlies. Hoover, number 1. Ruffin, number 2. Wilson, number 4. Duncan, number 5. And Verbeck, 24. That's the starting 5 here in the second quarter for your Grizzlies, who have the ball. Hoover with it to Duncan. Duncan pulls it back out. And a loose ball, they picked his pocket. Larry Cherry went up for a lay-in and got hammered by Duncan. Duncan's first. Cherry will shoot a pair. Makes the first one. Second one coming, and it's in and out, no good. Rebound to Southeast, and boom. Caleb Wilson gets the two-pointer, and it's a huge deficit, 15 points. Are we going to count that or not? Count the basket by Wilson, and a foul on Wilson. That's his second. Wilson fouls Wilson, and our Wilson will go to the line and shoot one. And he made it. We have a jump ball called, and on the alternating possession, it will go to Southeast. 7:23 remaining, second quarter. Grizzlies down by a dozen. Southeast has very quietly built this lead. Kobe Smith will inbound, and he gets it to Johnson. Johnson has Easton Ruffin all over him, and he is tripped. Oh, they call it travel. We got a break that time. They call the travel, and it will turn over to Northwest. Duncan will inbound for the Grizzlies to Hoover. DeMarcus Hoover brings it up the floor to Duncan. Gives it to Verbeck for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Southeast. McPherson gets it, and they bring it up the floor. Kobe Smith takes it across the timeline, and he now dishes it off back to McPherson. Johnson with it, and did he travel? Nope, he was fouled. And the foul's going to be called on Hoover. First personal, the fourth of the half for Northwest. Southeast will inbound. They do quickly. Kobe Smith with it, top of the key. Dishes it over to Johnson. Johnson now back to Cherry. And to Wesley Atkins. This one goes up off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Johnson. He goes back up. Can't get it to go. The rebound, though, the put back by McPherson. And McPherson makes it go, and he gets his first 2 points of the night. And it's a 14-point game. Now we have a whistle at the other end. Easton Ruffin went down hard. He's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. Foul being charged to Larry Cherry. That's his first and the sixth team foul on Southeast. So after this, all the fouls against Southeast will result in bonus opportunities for the Grizzlies. Ruffin missed his first. We'll see what happens here. He missed them both. That's not healthy. Southeast brings it back. Johnson with it. Jackie Johnson dishes it off. Over on the near side, Donald Durham has it. And now we have a whistle. And we have a foul on Southeast. It's on Jackie Johnson. That's his second. That'll get him out of the game in all likelihood. Yes, he's going to the bench. And that is the seventh team foul on the Buffs. That puts the Grizzlies in the bonus. That was an offensive player control foul, so no free throws. Ruffin with it. Verbeck. There's a long three that misses, and it's rebounded by Southeast Kobe Smith. Smith to Jakes, and around the horn we go. Driving the paint, losing the ball, and picking it up is Verbeck. And Verbeck is fouled, and he will go to the line and shoot a 1-and-1. That foul will get charged to Donald Durham. That's his first. Verbeck to shoot a pair. He has not yet scored in this contest. We need him. Into the game, the Grizzlies. Around the horn we go. Where it stops, nobody knows. Micah Jakes has it. He puts up an NBA three off the glass, misses everything. And now we have a foul on the floor against the Grizzlies. And it's against Easton Ruffin. That's his first. Fifth team foul against Northwest here in the rebounded by Wilson. 4:30 to go. Grizzlies trying to cut into this lead. Wilson again one-handed, misses that time. Southeast brings it back up. Johnson almost threw it away. Jakes with it in the paint, goes up, and it's good. Wilson, Duncan was defending, but he couldn't beat it. Whoops. Messed that up. There we go. Duncan. We have a foul away from the ball now. That should send somebody to the line. I guess the foul was against Duncan. Charge to Kobe Smith, that's his first. Eighth team foul on Southeast here in this half. We got to take advantage and get some points while the clock's not running here. These fouls are big. Duncan's first one is good. That's his first point of the night. And the second one misses. 29-16. Grizzlies trail. 4 minutes to go. Coast to coast and missing, but the putback by McPherson. He's got 4 points. Now Duncan brings it up for Northwest. To Ruffin. Ruffin drives the paint, gives it to Verbeck. He pulls it back out. And Duncan will take it to the top of the key. We'll do it all over again. Now he drives straight in. One-handed scoop doesn't go. Loose ball on the floor, and Pierce Goodwin gets it. To Ruffin for three. Good! What a play! Goodwin to Ruffin for three, and now maybe that'll light him up. Micah Jakes, an NBA three-pointer, nothing but net. You cannot let him shoot three-pointers uncontested. 34-19. Grizzlies down by 15 now. Duncan gives it to Ruffin, puts it in. It doesn't go. Put back doesn't go. Third try. Come on, guys. And finally, Micah Jakes comes away with it for Southeast. Dishes it off to Jackie Johnson, who puts it up for three. No good. Rebound and a foul. I think that'll be on Wilson. I'm not sure.
Would all homecoming royalty please line up for the halftime festivities? All homecoming royalty please line up.
Well, what are we doing here? I haven't seen him put the foul up. Oh, the foul's on Webb of Southeast. I had it wrong. Wilson will go to the line to shoot two because now we're in the double bonus. Got to have these guys. Got to have them. Invite you to stay with us for halftime. They're going to do the homecoming ceremonies at halftime. And we're going to bring it to you live. Over to the PA announcer for the halftime stuff. First one misses, by the way, by Wilson. And the second one is good. 1 for 2 is Wilson. He's got 6 points in this quarter. 9 in the game. 34-20, Grizzlies trail. On the near side, Webb puts it up, misses off the back heel, and a foul called. And I think we're going to go right back down and shoot free throws. And indeed, that's exactly what we're doing. Ethan Garrett gets the first one. It's his first point of the night. Garrett snuck in when I wasn't looking. He makes them both. Good job. On the floor with Garrett is David Duncan, number 5. Hoover is back in, number 1. Wilson, number 4. That ball is going to drop. Johnson gets another one. Grizzlies down by 14 again. I think David Duncan is the person I did not mention that's in the game. Johnson again. Oh gosh, it rimmed in and out and went in. He's got 6 in this quarter and 13 in the game. Here come the Buffs again on the turnover. And this one is blocked. The putback is up and good. Webb gets the putback. That's his first points of the night. And a nice job by Hoover to get a bucket. And now a three-pointer by Roan Smith. That's his first bucket of the night. And Southeast is just pouring it on here. David Duncan to Ruffin. And Ruffin turns it over on a travel. 1:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Ruffin's going to take a seat. And into the game for Northwest is Zaire Atkins, number 3. Southeast brings it up, and an easy lay-in. Larry Cherry was left there all by his lonesome, and he had an easy layup. And we're inside 1 minute to go here in the first half. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Southeast. It will stay with the Grizzlies. Been all Buffaloes here in this first half. Around the horn it goes. Hoover to Wilson. Back to Hoover. And it looks like they're pulling out the play for one. Atkins with it now. Yeah, there's nobody in the paint. They're playing for one shot. Oh, here's Garrett. He was driving for it. Now he lost it out of bounds. Who touched it last? Southeast did. With 33 seconds to go, we're going to catch a break here and get to keep the ball. Verbeck comes back in now for Northwest. Ethan Garrett will take a seat. He did a nice job while he was in there, did the young man. A miss and a rebound here by McPherson, and he drives coast to coast, and they're calling a foul. And the foul, I think, is on Atkins. Yep, his first foul, 21 seconds to go. Grizzlies are not in the have not put them in the bonus yet. Now we have a timeout being taken by somebody. It's a 30-second coach's timeout, and it's taken by the Buffaloes. That's the first timeout taken by either team here tonight. Grizzlies trail 45-26. 19 points is a big deficit, but it's not over. It's not undoable. Hoover, Atkins, Wilson, Duncan, and Verbeck. Your 5 on the floor here coming out of the timeout. Southeast will get the ball to inbound. And Verbeck comes away with it, but I think he was out of bounds. He was. So it'll stay with Southeast. Good effort there by Verbeck defensively. And now the Buffaloes will play for one shot with 10 seconds to go. Driving and losing the ball out of bounds to Northwest. That was Kobe Smith that lost it. Duncan will inbound if he can find somebody. Wilson has it. 4 seconds to go. You need a shot, boys. Wilson will take it off the heel, no good, and that's how the first half will end. And our score at halftime is Southeast 45, Northwest 26. And again, we invite you to stay with us here at halftime for the homecoming ceremonies. And we're going to turn it over to the PA crew. And I don't know if maybe the Palm Squad is going to dance first. Looks like the Honey Bears are going to dance first. So we'll turn it over to them. Enjoy the halftime festivities. We'll be back shortly. And that's your halftime activities, your coronation of the kings and queens of each of the classes. And we hope you were able to hear all the names, and we will give a little extended press and love to the senior class, Domingo and Mallory Lund. Congratulate them on being named homecoming king and queen for the winter homecoming ceremonies. And you're going to hear, you'll hear a lot of that name, Mallory Lund, here in about a month. When the soccer season starts, we anticipate her to be in goal for the varsity squad. That's my guess. Of course, far be it from me to second guess what Coach Bribieska might be up to, but that's what I'm thinking anyway, is what might happen is that she might end up in goal. And of course, Parker Hoops is an outstanding midfielder on the varsity squad too, so we knew a soccer player was going to win it. We are still counting down here. We've got about a minute and a half before the start of the second half. Grizzlies trail 45-26. They've got their work cut out for them here in the second half, and like I said, it's doable. They took a lot of shots that did not go in the first half, especially in the first quarter. So they're going to have to change that here in the second half. Southeast is a good squad. Of course, they all are. Again, Southeast ahead of us in the standings by one game in the City League. So this would give us a chance to tie for third if we can come back here. Otherwise, we're going to fall back into a potential, well, we'll stay in fourth, but we might be tied in fourth with East and Heights both, as they're only one game behind us in City League play. You got Carroll on top at 14-0, Capon 12-1, Southeast 7-5, Northwest 6-6, East High 5-7, Heights 5-7, South High 5-7, West is 3-10, and North High is winless 0-13 in City League play. In the second half, the Grizzlies will have the ball first. They will inbound. We'll give you the five on the floor here. We have the Easton Ruffin, number 2, DeAndre Wilson, number 4, David Duncan, number 5, Braden Verbeck, number 24, and DeMontre Stewart, number 30. And that's your 5 on the floor. Stewart puts it in and scores. And that's a great start for your Grizzlies here in the second half. Robinson scores for the Buffs. I thought that's what they said. And we have a whistle. You have a much better view of the game than I do. I've got people walking down a stairway in front of me, blocking me from my view of the court, so apologize for that. Easton Ruffin brings it across the timeline, loses it, gets it back. Grizzlies need to score on almost every possession here for a while. Stewart underneath the basket, puts it in. He's got back-to-back buckets here in the third quarter. Johnson puts it up for 3 off the heel, no good, rebounded by Wilson, and that's what we need, some of that. Now a turnover, and Johnson gets it back, puts it up left-handed, doesn't fall, but he's going to go to the line and shoot a pair. As we have our first foul of the second half, charged to David Duncan, that's his second. Johnson will shoot a pair here. First one is good. And now Johnson will try his second attempt. And he makes them both. 50-30. Grizzlies down by 20. Easton Ruffin with the ball, coming across the timeline. He had Webb all over him like white on rice, but he did a nice job. Stewart underneath. Oh, it doesn't go. He had an easy lay-in. The ball went in and rimmed out. Johnson dishes it off to Webb, and a three does not fall. Rebound by Wilson. Here comes Verbeck all alone for the lay-in, and he's got the bucket. And that is Braden Verbeck's first bucket of the night. Johnson scores for Southeast. Ruffin driving and missing. Stewart gets the rebound. Jakes has it instead. Micah Jakes will bring it across the timeline himself. Top of the key. Dishes it off to Webb. Underneath to Johnson, and Johnson got caught on a held ball. The alternating possession arrow gives it to the Buffaloes, so they will inbound underneath their own basket. Johnson has it for Southeast, being guarded by Ruffin and Verbeck. And now a foul call. The blocking foul is going to be charged as Roan Smith was racing in there. Foul's charged to Verbeck. That's his first of the night. Second team foul on Northwest. Johnson gets it on the inbound pass, puts it up for three, and it's good. He's got 7 points in this quarter, 20 in the game. Johnson has had a great night. Ruffin to Duncan, back to Easton Ruffin. Back to Duncan. Duncan a long three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Smith. He dishes it off. Spin move that time by Webb. Ball goes out of play. It will turn over to Northwest. 4:50 to go. Grizzlies down by 23. They trailed by 19 at half. Easton Ruffin dishes it across to Duncan. Duncan to Verbeck. Verbeck a long three. Good! Verbeck with 5 points in this quarter. Johnson puts it up. Another two for Johnson. He is just a machine tonight. Verbeck to Duncan to Hoover. Oh, Hoover snuck in there when I wasn't paying attention, folks. Underneath to Stewart, up, and they're calling a jump ball. That'll go to Northwest on the alternating possession as the ball was trapped. Hoover will inbound. He gets it to Verbeck, to Duncan, back to Hoover. Hoover puts it up off the glass. Rebound to Southeast rather, and Johnson dishes it off to Smith, to Webb rather. Now Smith puts it up, and it's good. Roan Smith gets his first bucket of the third quarter. Ruffin lost the handle. Here comes Southeast back with it. Coast to coast, and a foul as Roan Smith tried for the dunk. Verbeck picks up his second foul of the quarter and of the game. And it will send Roan Smith to the line to shoot a pair. So far, the third quarter's been more of the same. Smith's first one is good. Ethan Garrett set to come in for Northwest should this basket go in. And it does.
Ethan Garrett on the floor for the Northwest.
Makes them both. Ethan Garrett comes in. We have Garrett, Duncan, Stewart, Verbeck, and Hoover on the floor as Easton Ruffin came out. And there, Hoover lost the handle on it, taken away by McPherson. There's a drive and a scoop attempt that time by Roan Smith, and it doesn't go. Now we have a foul called on Roan Smith, I believe. Nope, I'm wrong. Foul is on Larry Cherry. It's his second foul. 3:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Garrett. Looking to get it to Stewart, couldn't do it. Around the horn it goes. Duncan has it now. Almost lost it. And tried to pass it to Hoover, didn't go. Johnson comes up with it and puts it in. My gosh. He has 11 points in this quarter alone. Johnson has just gone nuts. There's a foul called against Hoover. Oh, I'm wrong. I have this backwards, folks. It's on Johnson. That's his third. 63-35, Grizzlies trail. Hoover trying to get one here. Wilson just came back in. Verbeck and Duncan sat down. And Easton Ruffin also returned to the lineup for your Grizzlies. DeMarcus Hoover will make 1 out of 2. His first point of the half. Kobe Smith with it for Southeast. Grizzlies playing a man-to-man here. McPherson puts it up and scores. He made that look mighty easy. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Ruffin puts it up. Count it! Come on, count it. Fouls on Durham. And they did not count the basket, which is too bad. That was a nice play. Ruffin with it, dishes it off. Wilson a three. Good! Wilson, his first bucket of the second half. Grizzlies just need to come to life, folks. On both ends of the floor, I might add. And there's one. Wilson gets the steal, lays it in for Hoover, yes! And the Grizzlies trying to pick up some of the deficit. And that one will fall. Larry Cherry gets his first bucket of the second half. Ethan Garrett puts it in. His first bucket of the night, his first field goal. McPherson has it. Now to Caleb Wilson. Into Durham, who couldn't make the shot. Rebound there goes to Larry Cherry for Southeast. Grizzlies need some defensive boards here. Prevented the shot, now they're going to go for one. Inside 30 to go here, third quarter. McPherson passes it to Wilson. Back to McPherson. 18 to go. A three, misses everything, and a rebound to Wilson. Hoover all alone, up and count it. DeMarcus Hoover, nice job. Well, that's 3 quarters in the books, ladies and gentlemen, and at the end of 3, Grizzlies trail 67-45 to the Buffaloes of Southeast High. We'll let you know that our next webcast will be Tuesday night. We're going to be right here at home against the Blue Aces of East High. We will be on the air at 6:30 to bring you whatever is left of the girls contest. And the way it's been going, it'll be the whole second half of the girls contest, and then we'll bring you, of course, the boys contest immediately following that. So please join us on the web. The link will be up on Monday. Go to NWHSGrizz, GRIZZ.com to catch the link to this and all the podcasts that have been done by this student-driven production throughout the year. Our executive producer tonight, Raina Ford, done a great job. Palin Wald is on camera. Polly Salazar is assisting. And they've done a great job of bringing you the sights and sounds of this one. They've pretty much given Shane the night off, which is great for him. Southeast with it on the inbound pass, and a long one goes nowhere. Webb has it for the Buffs. Now he dishes it off. There's a long three. Count it. And that three is by number 31, and I have no idea who that is. He's not on my program. There's another long one that's no good. Johnson doesn't miss very often. He did there. Now he's going to do it again, and he missed twice. Put by McPherson. Oh, now we have a whistle. Easton Ruffin is fouled by Mr. McPherson. Ball will be taken out of bounds in front of the spectators by Hoover. Hoover to Ruffin in the backcourt. He'll quickly bring it across. 7 minutes to go in the fourth. Grizzlies down by a boatload. Wilson to Stewart. Stewart up, no good. And what do we have? We have an offensive foul, I think. Yep, they called the charge on Stewart. That's his third foul. Fifth team foul. Buffs have 4. And they bring the ball up. Johnson has it. Trying to split 2 defenders. Still has the ball, puts it up and scores. That's amazing. Verbeck to Stewart, and good. Nice job, boys. And the Grizzlies are on the board here in the fourth. And a scoop shot doesn't go. Rebound to Johnson, of course. And he gets another one. That guy is just unbelievable. Verbeck for 3. Good!
3 points.
And Verbeck has 8 on the night. We haven't given you the quarter-by-quarter tallies because I'm doing this by myself, so I don't have anybody adding them for me. We'll give them to you here at the end of the contest. Johnson puts in another. Johnson had 11 in the third quarter and has 6 in this quarter. There's a miss and a rebound, and they tried to scoop it to McPherson, and it didn't work. Now here comes Verbeck on a fast break with Wilson. Verbeck will do it himself. And he's got 10. I think he's the only one of the Grizzlies in double figures. 3, 6, yep. Oh, 9, nope. I'm wrong. Wilson has 12. There's a long three, and it's good by the mystery player number 31. That's his second three ball. He has 6 points, whoever he is. Verbeck for three. Good! Verbeck is hot. He's got 8 in this quarter. We needed him in the first half. He didn't score in the first half. Here's another three by the mystery guest, and he didn't make this one. Easton Ruffin will bring it up the floor himself, go coast to coast, and put it in. Ruffin has 9 points, and now we have a whistle, and I think we may have a timeout here. Southeast takes a timeout with 4:20 to go here in the fourth quarter, and the Grizzlies down 81-57. And just to give you an idea, 11, 17, 24. Johnson now has 30 to lead all scorers. McPherson with 10, Cherry with 5, Webb with 2, Smith with 7, Jakes with 11. And Wilson has 2, 4, 7, 9. And the mystery guest has 6. For the Grizzlies, Ruffin has 2, 4, 7, 9. Wilson with 12. And Verbeck with 13. I mean, 3, 6, 8. Yeah, 13, all in the second half. Stewart with 6, all in the second half. And Hoover with 9. And that's the scoring recap up to this moment. Baker Pardon. Southeast with the ball. Johnson loses it. Pardon me a minute. Sorry about that. Got a frog in my throat. Let's try this again. Grizzlies will bring it up. Woo, whatever that is. Gee, whatever happened to me. Duncan to Verbeck for 3. Off the heel, no good. Stewart with a rebound. Tried to put it into his block. Stewart was fouled. He'll go to the line. Stewart will shoot a pair. The foul is charged to the mystery guest. And he makes the first one, does Mr. Stewart. Can't believe I'm losing my voice here. And he missed the second. Rebound goes to Southeast. Larry Cherry gets it, feeds it over. Durham will bring it up. And we're back at it, 81-58. Grizzlies trail, 3:45 remaining in the fourth. And I would say it's a safe bet that the outcome of this one has been decided. Mystery guest misses a 3, and here comes Hoover back with it. Grizzlies have just been overwhelmed. They haven't played horribly. There's a block shot. Stewart gets the rebound, puts it in. And Stewart has 9. Has not been a defensive classic by any means. We had both teams in the 40 in our last game, and both teams have well exceeded that in this game. We have a whistle. Ball's going to belong to Northwest. Ruffin brings it up the floor, gives it to Hoover, now to Duncan. Duncan to Verbeck. Verbeck up, lays it in. Oh, it doesn't go. It's the kind of night it's been, folks. Just haven't been able to make it go. And there's a turnover. Duncan will bring it up 4-on-1. Hoover, nice job. Great pass by Duncan to get it to Hoover on the assist. And the Grizzlies back within 20. But not for long. A 3-ball by Atkins. That's his first bucket of the night. Duncan for 3, misses. Rebound to Verbeck. Verbeck sends it out to Hoover. And around the horn it goes. Now Duncan has it and a whistle. And I think Duncan got fouled. Foul is charged to Wesley Atkins. That's his second. And it's the 6th team foul on the Buffaloes. Grizzlies have 5. Duncan will inbound. Pierce Goodwin back in for the Grizzlies, number 20 on that stoppage. Also in the game for the Grizzlies, Dalen Faulkner. There's a 3, count it. Jonathan Sanchez, who just came in, gets the 3-ball. Around the horn it goes with Northwest. Now they lose it. Here's an opportunity and an easy lay-in that time for Larry Cherry of Southeast. And we are down to 1 minute to go here in the 4th quarter. There's a 3-ball that misses, rebounded by Cherry, and here comes Southeast back. And Southeast is now holding it, running off some clock, and I can't say I blame them. They've had their way with us tonight. Kobe Smith, who has not scored in the game, has the ball. And that surprised me. I expected we'd get a big night out of him. But we got it out of a guy named Johnson instead. 22 to go and counting. And they're just going to pull it out and let it run. Northwest not doing much to stop it. And we're inside 10. Grizzlies are going to fall tonight, 86-65. To the Buffaloes. They will fall to 6-7 in City League play. And in no better than a sole possession of 4th place. We'll give you the wrap up here very quickly. 30 points for Johnson to lead all scorers. McPherson had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Cherry with 6, 7 points. Atkins with 3. Webb with 2. Roan Smith had 6. 6, 9, 11 for Micah Jakes. And Caleb Wilson with 2, 4, 7, 9. And the mystery guest with 6. And that's it for the Buffaloes. For Northwest, 4, 5, 7, 10, 12 points for Easton Ruffin. DeAndre Wilson with 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 12 points for Wilson. Duncan with a pair. Garrett with 3. Verbeck with 8, 13. So I think that led our team. 9 points for Stewart. 4 and 4 is 8 for Hoover and 3 for Sanchez, and that wraps up the scoring. Again, we're back on the air on Tuesday night against East High at 6:30. Please join us right here on the web. We'll be glad to have you. We're going to sign it off here for tonight. For our outstanding production crew of Raina Ford, Halen Walt, and Polly Salazar, and for the boss, Shane Monroe, I'm Kevin Arkin saying Grizzlies fall tonight, 86-65. Until Tuesday, have a great weekend.